The crystal chandeliers of the Grand Royale Hotel cast dancing shadows across Victoria's sterling-esque designer gown as she stepped out of her midnight blue Bentley. Diamonds glittered at her throat, a necklace worth more than most people earned in a lifetime. She was the epitome of success, CEO of Sterling Enterprises, a real estate empire worth $847 million and one of the most influential women in Manhattan. But success, as Victoria had learned, came with a price. Her phone buzzed with another missed call from her daughter, Lily. Victoria sighed, silencing it. There was always tomorrow to call back. Tonight was the annual charity gala, where millionaires gathered to write checks that would ease their consciences. She had a speech to give, hands to shake, a reputation to maintain. "Mrs. Sterling, you look absolutely radiant." A reporter's camera flashed. Victoria smiled her practiced smile, the one that had graced the covers of Forbes and Fortune magazine. Inside the ballroom, champagne flowed like water. Victoria mingled effortlessly, her laughter perfectly timed, her compliments expertly delivered. This was her world, polished, predictable, and profitable. To another successful year, her business partner toasted. They clinked glasses, the crystal ringing like a tiny bell in the opulent room. But across town, in the cold shadows of Fifth Avenue, a different story was unfolding. 3 days later, Victoria's driver navigated through an unfamiliar part of the city. A business meeting had run late, and they were taking a detour due to construction. Victoria barely glanced up from her laptop, reviewing acquisition proposals that would add another $50 million to her portfolio. "Ma'am, there's heavy traffic ahead," her driver, James, announced. "Take whatever route gets us home fastest," Victoria replied absently. The Bentley crept through streets Victoria hadn't seen in years, perhaps had never really seen at all. Graffiti adorned brick walls. Small shops with flickering neon signs lined the sidewalks. And there, on the corner, beneath a broken streetlight, sat a young woman wrapped in a threadbare blanket. Victoria's eyes passed over her, then snapped back. Time froze. The young woman held a cardboard sign, her head bowed, auburn hair falling across her face. But Victoria would recognize that hair anywhere. It was the same shade as her own, the same copper gold that caught the light like autumn leaves. "Stop the car." Victoria's voice cracked like thunder. James slammed the brakes. Victoria was out before the car fully stopped, her Louboutin heels clicking frantically against the pavement. Her heart hammered against her ribs, each beat screaming a name she barely dared to believe. Lily. The young woman looked up, and Victoria's world shattered. Those were her daughter's eyes, green as emeralds, but now hollow with hunger and defeat. Her face was gaunt, her clothes torn and dirty. The cardboard sign in her trembling hands read, "Homeless. Anything helps. God bless, Mom." Lily's voice was barely a whisper, as if she couldn't believe what she was seeing either. Victoria fell to her knees on the cold, dirty pavement, her $10,000 gown pooling in the grime she'd never have touched before. None of it mattered. Nothing mattered except the broken girl in front of her. "Oh my God. Oh my God. Lily." Tears streamed down Victoria's perfectly made-up face, taking her mascara with them. She reached out, her hands shaking, and pulled her daughter into her arms. Lily collapsed into her mother's embrace, sobbing. "I tried to call you. I tried so many times." The words hit Victoria like physical blows. The missed calls. The voicemails she'd been too busy to listen to. The texts she'd promised herself she'd answer later. Later had become too late. "Tell me everything," Victoria whispered, holding her daughter tighter. "Tell me how this happened." Through broken sobs, Lily's story spilled out. After graduating college, she'd moved to pursue her dream of becoming a social worker. Victoria had disapproved. "There's no money in charity work," she'd said. They'd argued. The calls became less frequent. Then Lily had gotten sick, a sudden illness that left her hospitalized for weeks. Medical bills piled up. She lost her job, lost her apartment. Her friends, struggling themselves, couldn't help. Pride kept her from begging her millionaire mother for help. She'd wanted to prove she could make it on her own. "I called when I had nowhere else to go," Lily said, her voice cracking. "But you were always in meetings, always busy." "The voicemails I left, you never called back," I thought. I thought you didn't care. Each word was a dagger to Victoria's heart. She'd been building an empire while her daughter's life crumbled. She'd been counting millions while Lily counted the hours until she might eat again. "I'm so sorry," Victoria sobbed, rocking her daughter. "I'm so sorry. I failed you. I forgot what truly matters." People walked past, staring at the spectacle. A woman in diamonds and silk, kneeling in the street, holding a homeless girl. Some raised their phones to record. Victoria didn't care. Let them watch. Let the world see. This was real. This was what mattered. "James." Victoria called. "Get blankets from the car. Call Dr. Morrison. Tell him we're bringing Lily to his clinic immediately." "Right away, ma'am." Victoria helped Lily to her feet, supporting her fragile frame. "We're going home. You're coming home, baby." "Mom, I'm so dirty. Your car, I don't care about the car. I don't care about any of it." Victoria's voice rang out in the night. "You're my daughter. You're worth more than everything I own." In that moment, standing on a forgotten street corner, Victoria Sterling understood what she'd spent a lifetime missing. Wealth without love was just numbers on a screen. Success without family was an empty trophy. All her achievements meant nothing if she lost her daughter. The weeks that followed transformed Victoria's life in ways no business deal ever had. She took a leave of absence from Sterling Enterprises, something she'd never done in 20 years. She spent every day with Lily, first in the hospital as doctors treated her malnutrition and depression, then at home during recovery. But Victoria did more than just care for her daughter. She listened, really listened. She heard about Lily's passion for helping others, her dreams of making a difference in broken lives. And slowly, Victoria began to see the world through new eyes. One evening, as they sat together on the terrace of Victoria's penthouse, watching the sunset paint the city gold, Lily said something that changed everything. "Mom, do you know how many people are out there right now, just like I was? Invisible, forgotten, one crisis away from losing everything." Victoria squeezed her daughter's hand. She did know. Now she saw them everywhere, had been seeing them her whole life without truly looking. "What if we helped them?" Victoria said quietly. "What if we did something real?" Lily's eyes lit up with the first genuine spark Victoria had seen since finding her. "Really? Really?" Within months, the Sterling Foundation was born, but not like other wealthy vanity projects. Victoria and Lily worked together, combining Victoria's business acumen with Lily's social work expertise and genuine compassion. They opened shelters with dignity, not just cots. Job training centers with real opportunities. Medical clinics that didn't turn anyone away. Victoria still ran her company, but differently now. She answered her phone. She made time for what mattered. She discovered that being present created a different kind of wealth, one that couldn't be measured in dollars, but in moments, in connections, in love. At the foundation's grand opening, Victoria stood at the podium, Lily beside her. Reporters who'd once photographed her at galas now captured something more powerful: a mother and daughter. Transformed by adversity, united in purpose. "I once measured my success by my net worth," Victoria began, her voice steady but emotional. "I was a millionaire many times over, but I was poor in the ways that matter most. I was too busy building an empire to notice my daughter was falling. Too focused on profit margins to hear her cries for help." She turned to Lily, tears glistening in her eyes. "Finding my daughter on that street corner was the worst moment of my life, but it was also my salvation. She taught me what I'd forgotten, that every person we pass has a story. Every homeless person is someone's child. And every moment we don't answer the phone might be the moment someone needs us most. Lily took the microphone, her voice strong now, healthy, full of purpose. My mom didn't just save me from the streets. I saved her too, from a life of hollow success. Together, we learned that true wealth is measured in love, in presence, in the lives we touch. The crowd erupted in applause. But Victoria only heard one sound, her daughter's laughter, like music she'd almost lost forever. 1 year later, Victoria walked through the same streets where she'd found Lily. But this time, she wasn't in a Bentley. She was on foot, distributing meals from the Sterling Foundation's outreach van, Lily working beside her. They stopped at the corner where their lives had intersected that fateful night. Victoria knelt down, placing flowers on the spot where she'd found her daughter. "Thank you," she whispered. "Thank you for breaking my heart open." A homeless man approached them hesitantly. "Excuse me, are you the Sterling Foundation ladies?" Victoria smiled warmly. "We are. How can we help you?" So they talked with him, learning his story. Offering resources and genuine care, Victoria realized something profound. She'd spent her whole life building up. Now, she was building out, creating connections, weaving safety nets, changing lives one person at a time. That night, as Victoria tucked Lily into bed like she used to when she was small, Lily whispered, "I love you, Mom. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for waiting for me to open my eyes," Victoria replied, kissing her forehead. "You're my greatest treasure. You always were. I just forgot to act like it." In the darkness, Victoria lay awake, thinking about second chances and the thin line between having everything and losing what matters most. She'd been a millionaire when she found her daughter begging. Now she was rich beyond measure, because she learned the most valuable lesson of all. Love isn't something you get to later. Kindness isn't a line item on a schedule. Family isn't a distraction from success, it's the very definition of it. And sometimes, the poorest moment of your life becomes your greatest blessing. Sometimes, you have to lose everything to find what truly matters. Sometimes, rock bottom is the foundation on which you build your real fortune. If you like our video, like and subscribe for more interesting videos. Your response and comments work as an energy booster for us.